Hello and welcome. This is Daniel Kennedy from Steadfast Construction and Design. We're here at our project at York Road. This is the end of week 5. We're going to show you all the bits and bobs that have been done and a few things that I think are points to note for those of you who want to get into this game. So for every week on a Friday, I come a bit early and I say make sure the outside is swept, and I've been doing this for every single week, so I just thought I won't do it this time and I'll see what's happened. I'll see whether it happens, and unfortunately I'm afraid to say it didn't get done today, so I had to go around, pick up all the nails and the fag butts. There was another issue with the door as well, where I wanted the door closed, and it resorted to me going around to every individual person after mentioning it a few times and saying you're going to close the second door, and everyone's like, yep, we're going to close the second door. You're going to close the second door, yep, and I had to do that. So obviously everything's a work in progress, but it just proves that things need to be kept on top of every day, and that's why we're getting somebody in to assume that role, just because these menial tasks are a bit too time consuming. Again, I just really like the door. I can't wait for it to be restored. Check that out. I'll do like a little pan and then we can use it for our next one. And I just look how bad this is, the poor tenant inside here. So as soon as this dries, we're going to like rip this out and repair it all once we've done upstairs. And this is really indicative of how the property is in condition internally. Like, there's no interlinked smoke alarms, and we've discovered a few bits and bobs that I'll show later on in the video. I'm just going to take you around the back now to show you how well these properties are built. Isn't it gorgeous? Like, all these bricks would have been handmade. So they would have had somebody with a wire cutter making them and then putting them in a kiln. So it's just fantastic. Now here's the back garden. I don't know if I've shown you this actually, guys. But yeah, there you go. It's a bit like Narnia, isn't it? It's beautiful. I'll give credit to the landlords here. They looked after the garden. Shame they didn't look after the outside of the building. The garden is stunning. See, like, just look at that. I shouldn't really have to say don't leave it like that. It's just sort of like common sense, but I have to, and it's a shame. Yeah, this will all get cut back, and I'll show you the back of the property. So you can see there at the top, see the top of the apex? There should be like a little corbel there, but we're in the process of restoring it. I want to show you something as well. See that window where it's got breeze blocks and a lintel? That's how you do it right. Although it doesn't look the best, when people replace the old wooden windows, sometimes they replace it with UPVC and they don't put a lintel in, and then what happens is you get cracks near the window, and they're wondering why, because the wood from the old sash windows was also supporting the window, whereas when you use UPVC, it's plastic, isn't it? So it changes size with the temperature, and it's no longer supporting, so that's why sometimes windows stick. And I'm going to show you a few cracks that we've got up on this property. So you can't really see it, we can just see under the skirt. You can't even see it, but there's a few cracks, and that's because they've been changed for metal windows. Right, now we're going to go inside, and I'll see you at the flat door. Where we're going to be putting the fire alarm panel, and we're going to zone it. So one thing, we had Joe come round today and check all the fire alarms, and as we suspected, they're not interlinked, and that's really naughty. Well, not naughty, it's illegal. So we'll be going into everyone's flat, putting in an interlinked fire alarm, and then this will be the board for the whole building. Because really, like, imagine if the fire in, say, flat 1, flat 4 wouldn't know about it until probably it's too late, and we found some really sort of what should we call it, just defunct ways of splitting it into flats. There should be like clear divides in between each unit, and there just isn't. They just did it on the cheap really, and they didn't keep up with the modern regulations, and there's no excuse. Like, saying I don't know isn't an excuse when it comes to fire regs. So they're the worktops. And the doors, they'll be going in a bit later. So I'll actually walk up because I don't know if you've seen it. So look, we've destroyed this carpet. So this will be getting a good clean. Like, we've marked the walls. I've got my nephew coming in over next week, who I'm going to give him a chance to earn a bit of money in the summer holidays. So unfortunately, I would never accept trunking, but it's going to have to be like this until we can chase it in. So it's not the best, but it's better than nothing. There should be core points at every single door, but there simply isn't. So imagine if there was a fire in flat 3, they come running out, they hit the core point, say if it hasn't gone off, and then the whole building should go off, and that's how it should be done. I always forget to breathe when I'm on these bloody videos, and then I'm out of breath. Speak too fast, I think. So yeah, it's not too great, is it, having trunking? But it is what it is. We'll get it chased in when we do the full sort of refurb of everything, when we get a chance to. And here we are entering the flat. This is the end of week 5, guys. So let's go straight into the kitchen. So the tap's in, which is good. It's been tiled. See, like, that's something that I mention a lot of the time. No tools on basic on the worktops, but it's something that I need to keep reminding them. There's plenty of cardboard here. It's just laziness. And then we're heading into a unit now. See the little sort of kitchenette, a fridge is going to go there. And then we've got the vanity unit. The shower. Big showers. I was told the en-suites are too big, but I think I'm really happy with the size of them. If we can afford to go that bit bigger and the room can handle it and still look big, why the heck not, eh? So the Velux has gone in. Excuse me. So they've done it there, which is fantastic. So they've put a bit of plywood on there. But again, that last little 5%, why not do it to the little edge? And here we have the Pion Resistance for this week. This is our heating system. So Rich, our plumber, has done a really astounding job of all the pipe work. And because we're having mono mixer showers as well, very often with these HMOs we've found that cold water is a lot more, the pressure and volume is a lot greater than the hot water, just because of how it works. So this little thing here mixes the hot water and the cold water before it goes, when it's called upon in the, basically in the house. So it mixes here, and then when you get the measurement, when you get the temperature of the water and it comes out of the tap, it'll be already mixed, apart from the cold water that's in the system. So again, just that little bit, 5%, we get better every time, and we're going to continue to get better. This is how a plant room should look. It takes a lot longer to do, but how you do anything is how you do everything. And believe me, we've gone for the cheapest option and it's burnt us. So this is probably the most complete unit. And you can sort of give you a feel of how big the showers are. These are our aquaboards, so these are the ones we got from China, so they're pretty good. And these are the shelves that are going to go above the units because I picked the wrong place. And this is the new mock sash window. So we had a bit of a, like the horns were clashed between the fire officer and the conservation officer. The conservation officer wanted it like for like for it in the middle. But if you get a fire ladder up here, like this, if this was in the middle, there's no chance of that person getting out. So the fire officer sort of overruled the conservation officer. And normally I've been told that that could be a really sort of like pinch point for the project, but it wasn't even a case of back and forth, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. I kept well out of it and I let them get on with it, and eventually they came back with this answer. So we had to make this a minimum size. It looks a bit weird, honestly, but fire precautions, it's not something you play with. At the end of the day, all this is replaceable, even this fabulous building. It's life, limb and eye that's more important. But yeah, not bad. Oh yeah, that's where we were changing the lead. I'll see if I can get outside. If I have to use a drill, I won't, because I can't be bothered. But the roof is now finished, and there's lots of detailing. So again, still a bit more to do here. Right, let me try and get out on the roof for you. Oh, actually, so this flat, this little room here, there's like a shaft going from the roof to the ceiling in every single flat, and there's no divide between the flats where there should be soundproofing and there should be fire insulation. So like when I was speaking to the tenants downstairs, I could hear things being done up here because the plumber was working, and it was a clear straight shaft, and that was her boiler room as well. So pretty serious. So what we've done is, you see, we've created an extra floor. We've soundproofed it. We've soundproofed it, and we've also put fireboards across it as well. And what we're going to do as well is we're going to go to the downstairs flat eventually, and we're going to double it, because really, for the cost of it, of doing this, is because there are like little gaps. You see, like where the pipe work comes in. So I'd like to do underneath where all the pipe comes up as well. You see that? That's that fireboard. So it should be completely tight, but we only discovered this problem sort of like well into the journey of refurbing this deal. So we're going to put another layer in between, because there's plenty of space and the ceilings have been dropped. Just this, like, the person's picked money over safety, which is a shame. Whoever did the refurb, whatever builder did it. And here we have the restored facade. See all the detailing. Fantastic. So all this got restored, taken off, filled, sanded. Very time consuming stuff, but nonetheless needs to get done. And you can see the ridge tiles there. You can sort of see the beginning as well. Sorry, the before. So this is what state they were in. See that detailing? Nothing wrong with it. It just needs maintenance. It just needs to be looked after. So this is the new cladding that we're going to use. So I'm guessing that's just been sanded. They've done a bit of detailing there. So the chimney's been repointed, and we've done this properly. You know how earlier I said that this lead here wasn't dressed, it should have been dressed under, so this is how it should have been. You see how the cladding's over it and the tiles over it? So water will get into this gap and then it'll just roll down and gravity will take it away, and then we'll put the gutter in on. So it's quite nice actually. looking forward to seeing the finished products. We've probably only got a week left up here on the outside. Well, a day, sorry. Just finishing off bits and bobs. And then we can get the scaffolding down. You can see a bit of a before the window ledge of what we plan. I'll show you an after. Look at that, look at those lines. Lovely. There is the after, guys. We just plan on painting it black. You can see the old metal window there. It's what they did in like the 70s. Oh, they've cleared the guttering out. Fair play to them. And then you've got more of the chimney there. You've got more of the ridge tiles. Good thing to note, point to note about these ridge tiles is they're all handmade. So it's very, very difficult to get them to be completely flush. So you can see like some of the originals there and some of the old ones that have been added. And that concludes our end of week 5. So we've still got a fair bit to do, but we're on the home stretch. We've got the little bits of details where potentially we could have skipped over them, but again it would have, while we're up here, might as well do it. The cost to the overall portfolio and the project, and it sets sort of a precedent when you like do things right, and hopefully it adds to the area as opposed to take away, because it is a glorious build and it should be looked after. Next week we'll be putting on the doors, finishing off the painting. Hopefully we're at snagging stage. I can't really see too much left to do other than the few bathrooms, doing the remaining kitchenettes and then getting the carpets down. We have got a development tour as well, so we're going to do another development tour where we'll be focusing more a bit on the networking side as opposed to just viewing all the properties, because we've got a 16 bed that we're going to be doing over in Moseley and a 7 bed that we're going to begin. Depending on if we get a group of tenants in here, we might be able to take a look here, but the rooms go so quickly, I imagine not. The furniture's been ordered, and we're getting these rooms dressed, so we're sort of like taking it to the next step to really showcase what we can do. And then we'll be heading back to a job over in West Brom to finish that off, then back over to Moseley to do a 7 bed, and then up to Lincoln after that. So we're fairly booked up. It's a real sort of worry initially when I had to set this up that we'd be struggling for work and that I have to keep the guys busy, but we really don't. It's when you provide a good product and you don't flash it up or make it out to be something that it's not, you'll get work, you'll get honest work. As I say, I keep going back to it, how you do anything is how you do everything. Be honest. If you don't know it, don't try and fill people's head full of bullcrap, because they can see through it really quickly. And yeah, I'd advise you to get some similar setup to this if you can. Like, work with people, make money with them, not from them, and then everyone, you sort of like, now because of my actions and because of the actions around me, we employ a lot of people, we give them good work, everyone's making money, we provide a service to the market. It's just win-win-win when you're not a greedy person. So yeah, if you want to know more about our model and how we've done it, because now we've pretty much got every key stage of it. We've got the business, we've got the construction company, we've got the property portfolio, we've got the letting side handled by a really competent property manager, and then soon, like, we're now going to start focusing on a sourcing side and create a sourcing business to do larger scale developments as we're fully booked up, because it seems like the next logical step, and then you've got every single little bit rather than me doing everything, because essentially all we've done here is I've learned how to do something, trained somebody to do it, and then moved on to the next thing. So now my role here is going to be taken up by a good friend of mine who will be joining us when we do the 7 bed to start learning my role, and then I can go on and work on the sourcing business and get that systemised. Obviously I need somebody to use a bloody gimbal properly, it's all over the shop still. If you want to go to our YouTube channel and see what we used to do when we had main contractors as opposed to having managing trades, like these jobs, the quality is so much higher and you have direct control over what goes on and the price is lower, so it's just a win-win. Setting it up is a pain in the arse, I'm not going to lie, like, oh, I've had sleepless nights over it, but now that we're coming out the back end of it and it's systemized and we're getting accounts systemized and I'm getting someone in to replace my role as sort of PM and chasing up all the materials, it's only going to be a win-win. And very, very soon, after the sourcing business is set up as well, and we just flip it through the pipeline, and then it comes out the other end with very little sort of input from myself. That's kind of the ideal thing. And you'll just see me swanning around the world, looking at different cultures and learning all these various languages. That's the aim. And again, I'm young now, so you need to work now, need to work hard now, get everything set up, and you can create these real great economic engines, and you can control the culture of the company, and everyone wins. And when you're surrounded with good people and you're the driving force, and you hold everyone to that higher standard, they'll hold you to the higher standard when you're sort of flaking. It's just win-win. So guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy your weekend. And if you want to come and meet us or the team or see how we work, click the link for the development tour. We've got 15 Wealth Dragon people already coming. And then I'm going to give 15 tickets to the public. The details are on the link. So yeah, I hope to see you soon. Take care.